What is good, it's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we're going to be going over and ranking each and every one of our invincible cards in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. I know for the end games, guys, I left a few players off the list. I think KD was off, Boncaro was off. I think I got every invincible, but again, if I left anybody off, let me know so I can be prepared for future videos. Invincibles, I guess, a lot of people think they're more fun than endgame cards. To me, it's just hard because even a guy like Yao doesn't have an invincible. A guy like Taco doesn't have an invincible. So it's hard for me to sit here and gas invincibles when some of the best cards, even like a Ben Simmons, Jokic point guard, Giannis point guard, they don't have those type of cards. So, I mean, a lot of these invincibles, in my opinion, aren't as good as the end games, but again, that is my personal opinion. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. And as we do, if you are new to the channel, man, make sure to smash that subscribe button. Bargnardi up first. I'm going to go B tier with Andrea Bargnardi, and it's not a B tier of, he's not good. It's just a 7-foot power forward that has a smooth release. I mean, prioritize him where you want. I'm going to put him at B tier. I just think there are overall better options. His release is very quick. His upper, I don't even know what his upper is, but I think it is the mellow upper, actually, which makes it somewhat tough to green. I don't think there's any doubt in it. Bargnardi is good in my team. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. AK-47, guys, he's not great. He's not. And I'd even go as far as saying the other Dark Matter AK is just as good. I don't know what they did to change his upper, but his new release with the Kobe upper, I just don't think it's as good, right? I thought it would be smooth. It just isn't. AK was kind of a letdown as an invincible in my team. We're going B tier. Anthony Davis, D tier. I'm sorry, AD. You're 6'10". Your release is not updated. There's not much good to say about Anthony Davis in my team. I'm still waiting on Endgame AD. I doubt it. I mean, maybe it'll come next Tuesday, something like that. But I feel like if AD gets like a small forward card, he could possibly be good. But until that day, I'm not going to sit here and gas him D tier. He's not very good. Ant-Man Anthony Edwards up next. I'm going C tier. 6'5" point guard. His release is okay. I don't want to sit here and gas it, though. He's fine in my team. It's just he's undersized. And that's a problem because I'm a Timberwolves fan, right? So I want to use Ant, but I know for now and in the future, Ant will always be undersized. Baron Davis, F tier. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He is not very good in my team. Ben Wallace, I'm going to go C tier. Not quite as good as Bargnardi. We're going to sort these by positions. But he is still really solid, right? Ben Wallace, 6'9", can play lanes, really solid release. He's just undersized. I wish he could play that small forward position. At power forward, 6'9", height holds him back. Blake Griffin, C tier. Blake's movement's not great. His release, the Donovan Mitchell base, isn't great. The only reason he's in C tier is because he's decently tall for that small forward position. That's the only thing keeping him out of D tier or lower. I don't love Blake Griffin. I'll probably never run the card, but if you like him, I'm sorry, he's at C tier. Cade Cunningham, invincible up next, B tier. We don't really have a lot of S tier or A tier players quite yet. There's not any that I see that are like absolutely incredible. Cade was fine for his time. He still is fine. Again, the Donovan Mitchell base is just not a base of release that I'm really in love with. Carmelo Anthony, C tier. And I'm just going to throw LeBron James there as well. I mean, there's no point of sitting there waiting. Between LeBron and Melo, their preference, obviously they give you different things on the court. The reason I grouped them together is they came out on the same day. And on that day, I said, I think Melo gives you more offensively, Bron's better defensively, but it is preference based. Here's the deal, guys. Neither of those cards are that great. I'll take the invincible AK, even though he's not perfect over Bron and Melo. Sorry, Bron and Melo are not it. Chris Bosh. Man, I don't love Chris Bosh either. I'm going to go C tier. I'm sorry. These invincibles, in my opinion, aren't great. Chris Bosh didn't get a new release. Only 6'11". Just not great in my team. Clyde the Glide up next, B tier. I don't know what to think about his new release. I actually haven't used it. Rubio base is kind of troll, but at 6'7" as an invincible in today's game, at least he got a change release. Not that it's the best in my team, but at 6'7", I'll go B tier. Dale Ellis, am I crazy to put him at B tier? I think Dale Ellis is one of the better players on this list so far. Cool's base on very quick. I think, is that the same release as AK's got? I think AK's got a different base. Either way, Dale Ellis, release really solid. 6'7", can move pretty well as well. B tier, if you got him, he can play. Our first A tier player, I'm going to go S tier. Our first S tier player, Danny Grange. If you want a shooting guard that's not an endgame, that isn't Tracy McGrady, Danny Granger is absolutely elite, okay? And I will gas Danny Granger because he's got my respect. Because when I used him, I was left with, oh my goodness, this card is really good in my team. And I think a lot of you guys are going to have that same experience. 6'9", good frame, great release. I feel like the Kevin Love upper makes his release better than it probably should be because I think he's got KPJ with K-Love upper. Just kind of slows it down, makes it easier to time into green. S tier is where Granger belongs. DeMarcus Cousins up next. C tier? Nah, but I guess C tier. I don't love Boogie Cousins. Again, better than AD, but he is not great in my team. Derrick Rose, D tier. He's better than Baron Davis, at least to me. I don't love the card though, D tier. Booker up next. Booker's actually not bad. Invincible D-Book, I'm putting him at B tier. Definitely better than Ant-Man. Good release, smooth movement. I'm going B tier. I don't mind D-Book one bit. Dominique Wilkins is a card I don't love, right? If you want to run a 6'7" point guard, right, as an invincible, Clyde is better than Dominique Wilkins. Dominique Wilkins' release is just baited. It's not great. Leaves a little bit to be desired on the court. Drazen, C tier, 6'5" point guard. I mean, what do you want me to say? I'm not going to sit here and gas him. He's fine. If you want to use him, go ahead. He's just not that great in my opinion. Elton Brand, B tier. And a lot of people are going to be like, what? He's better than Blake Griffin. Y'all can debate a literal tree. Y'all can go outside, walk outside, see a tree. Go debate a tree if you don't think Elton Brand is better than Blake Griffin. Elton Brand's got my respect. He's in B tier. I don't mind the card at all. Mobley, another card I don't mind. 7 feet tall, power forward, good movement, smooth all the way around. Kind of similar to Evan Mobley in a sense. Not exactly the same, but very similar to Bargnani in a sense. They're both 7 foot power forward centers. Have decent movement, can knock down shots. Is either of those cards great? No, but they're both solid in my team. Giannis Antetokounmpo, a lot of you guys are going to disagree with me. He's A tier. 6'11" at the small forward position. He is going to be a small forward that can compete with the Bulls, can compete with the Kristaps Porzingis endgames cards. Is he perfect? No, but he can go out there and compete. And at this stage, that's all you can really ask for. Grant Hill up next. I mean, look, guys, he's got a horrible size up. What is his size up? The normal size up? I mean, what are we really doing, 2K? Why are we giving Invincibles? And he came out pretty late. That size up. I don't know. I don't understand. He's C tier. I can't put him on the level of Dale Ellis, AK-47, because he doesn't belong there. Jabari Smith Jr. haven't used the card. I'm throwing him a C tier though. I could be wrong. I just don't think his player model's that great. C tier is I think where he belongs. Jalen Williams is actually underrated. I'm gonna say it. He's underrated. 6'6", good frame, can move a little bit. I do believe he's underrated. I'm gonna go B tier. Maybe that's he's not B tier. He's C tier. He's not as good as Dale Ellis. It's just the way it is. Ultimately, Jamal Mashburn, C tier as well. He's got a decent frame, but he's right there in that Grant Hill type of thing. They just didn't make him as good as he should have. I think, what does Jamal Mashburn have? He's got a troll release for an invincible. Just not great. Ja Morant, D tier. Should be a lot better than he is. Jason Tatum, I actually don't mind JT. I think his release is smooth, stuff like that. C tier is where he belongs though. Jerry Stackhouse, not great, C tier. If you've used Jerry Stackhouse, you know. Release, not great. Just didn't make him very good in my team. It's crazy to say that Kareem, one of the early Invincibles, is still A tier. But when you look at Kareem, why is he A tier? Well, it all starts with the fact that he's 7'2", okay? Kareem was 7 feet tall. He'd probably be at max B tier, but he'd probably even be at C tier. That's the honest truth. He's 7'2", though, which helps everything. Release, not the quickest, but it is easy to time, easy to green. He belongs in A tier. Kawhi, A tier. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He is your second best shooting guard we have on this list right now. Kenyon Martin, I don't mind Kenyon Martin. I'm throwing him at B tier. He is undersized, only at 6'9", but if you've used Kenyon Martin, you know, release solid, smooth. He can play at any level of my team. Clay, I actually don't mind Clay either. I'm throwing Clay at B tier. If you've used Clay, you know what I'm talking about. Has the KPJ Clay upper. Pretty solid, right? I'm not going to sit here and gas it to the moon, but it's solid. He's better than a guy like Dominique Wilkins, Jerry Stackhouse, Anthony Edwards as well. Kobe, invincible. I got him out of that Kobe Bryant event. I got an invincible Kobe. He doesn't play for me, though. He's very mid, very mediocre. I wish his SIGs were just a little bit better, I guess. Kristaps Porzingis as an invincible is S tier. Is his invincible as good as his endgame? No, it's not. But his invincible is still 7-3. Has a all invincible, perfect stats, perfect badges. And his release is really solid. KP's invincible, easy addition into S tier. Kuz up next. I'm sorry. I'm throwing Kuz at S tier as well. You guys can disagree if you want. 6'9", good frame, good release. From top to bottom, Kuz is S tier when it comes down to invincibles. Lamar Odom, as much as I don't like him, is A tier. And that's crazy, right? I prefer Ben Simmons. I prefer Jokic. But he is an A tier invincible point guard. He's better than Clay, better than D-Book, better than all those cards. He is A tier. And I'm moving Cade up as well. Cade's A tier as well. Cade's better than all these guys at B tier. It's that simple, especially with that player model. LaMelo, B tier, I think. LaMelo has... Here's the tough part. I like I think here's where I got to do it. I got to keep Cade down just because it's like... Cade, LaMelo, it's preference-based, right? Clyde, LaMelo, it's preference-based. Clyde, Cade, it's preference-based. Lamar is at least 6'10", gives you something else on the court. Larry Bird, B tier. I feel like Larry Bird's invincible is actually pretty solid. He is maybe just a little bit undersized. I'm going to be honest with you guys, though. Invincibles just aren't great in general, and maybe it's the free card bias or the fact that I've used Larry a lot. I'm going B tier with the card. Magic's invincible. I actually think he's underrated. I'm throwing him at A tier. He's got a good player model, good player build, and I love Magic Johnson in my team. 6'9", great defensively. He's A tier. Sure, his release isn't great, all that stuff, but he still is A tier. Manu Ginobili, C tier. I don't see it with Manu. He's basically just maybe a little better version of the hero Manu, who again, I did not love. Marc Gasol, I'm going, this one's a tough one. Because he is 7'1", wide player build. I'll go A tier with Marc Gasol. I don't necessarily love him. I think that's a little bit of gassing him, but he is solid enough in my team. Invincible MJ, I actually like him at over everybody at C tier. I'm going to throw him at B tier. Card's not perfect. He's not great, but he is deserving of B tier in my opinion. Mo Bamba, absolutely elite. A tier, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Smooth release, good movement, 7 feet tall at the power forward position. You're going to be hard-pressed to find a better invincible that suits what people need there. Pau Gasol, a little worse version of a guy like Mo Bamba, but I still do like Pau Gasol. I still think he's A tier. If you look at Pau's SIGs, if you look at his animations, you're probably going to agree with me. Pau Gasol, really solid, and I feel like he's slept on because Pau Gasol normally in my team is not great. Penny Hardaway, absolutely fantastic at the point guard position. A tier, good release, good movement. Honestly, might be my favorite point guard on this list. Ray up next. I'm sorry, Ray Allen, you're B tier. You can move, you can shoot, but you're only 6'5". B tier is where you belong. Ricky Davis, as much as I want to gas you, I'll put you in A tier. I think the Seth Curry base at this point leaves too much to be desired. I mean, I really do. Honestly, I mean, he's probably closer to being B tier. And, I mean, look, I guess I'll throw him in A tier. I do not love Ricky Davis, though, at all. Russell Westbrook stinks. D tier. Nah, I'm throwing Russell Westbrook at F tier. His release is just not good. Scottie Pippen's invincible still can play. I'm gonna throw him at B tier, but he can absolutely still play in my team. Is he as good as Kawhi? No, but still a really solid option that you can use and have some success with. Invincible Shaq, still one of the best invincibles in my team. A tier, wide player model, wide player build. Good release. Is he as good as Invincible KP? In my opinion, no, but he is still absolutely fantastic. Invincible Steph, F tier. The card is a garbage man in my team. Endgame Steph, for free, way better. I don't know why you pick up the Invincible Steph ever. Invincible Tim Thomas, you guys know where I'm going, S tier. We've got a lot of small forward shooting guards at that S tier, so I mean, I guess I have to drag Kuz down, but just know I really do like Kuz. He's just not as good as TT in general. Invincible T-Mac, another shooting guard. He deserves S tier. I'm sorry. T-Mac cooks in my team, though. If you've ever been good with T-Mac or somebody you've played has been good with T-Mac, you know exactly what I mean. Invincible Wembanyama up next. I mean, easy addition into S tier. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Wemby isn't just one of the best invincibles in my team. He's one of the best overall cards in my team. Walker Kessler's invincible. I do not love Walker Kessler. I know he's 7 feet tall, and he should be okay, but I just don't love his player model player build. I know it might sound crazy, but I just really do not love it in general. So That's just kind of my takeaway on Walker Kessler. If you like him, if you want to use him, do what you got to do. But I do not see it with Walker Kessler. Zion, definitely don't see it with you. You're going into C tier. I just really do not rate the card very highly. In a general, last but certainly not least, Invincible Big Z is S tier. Invincible Big Z is basically, in my opinion, like a slightly better version of KP, right? KP doesn't have all of the newest SIGs, doesn't have all of the newest animations. Big Z's movement is absolutely elite. And so that's the one thing I would say about, why is Big Z that high? Well, he's got all those updated SIGs, and if I love KP, I'm gonna love Big Z as well. If I was to move one point guard up, it would be Penny Hardaway. But to be honest with you guys, I don't think any of those point guards are honestly deserving of it, right? You look at Ricky Davis, you look at Lamar Odom, Magic Johnson. I really don't think any of those point guards are good enough to deserve that S tier. That's gonna wrap it up for my Invincible tier list. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments, guys. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.